Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Kenny. Hey, Greg. Is that you, Mohammed?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Great.
Are you awake, Mohammed?
Yeah, sure. It's 5:45. Not that bad.
5:45 a.m. That's early. All right. We'll give everybody a few more minutes. See if anyone wants to come and talk with us. And Kenny and Mohammed, you guys have got some stuff. Kenny and Mohammed have got some stuff they need to talk to each other about too. So we'll take advantage of that if a lot of other people don't show up.
Sure.
Frank, how are you? Greg, how are you? Glad y'all are here.
Great to be here.
Mohammed, it sounds like you're typing away.
Type? I mean, keyboard?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a laptop.
I guess if you get really good at computer stuff, they give you a keyboard that sounds like that.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, Kenny, how are you?
Good.
Kenny, I mentioned if one of the things that we can do is talk through things with hey Jeff, talk through things with Mohammed about what he needs to do since you're here, both are here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I was telling you, I mean, I don't even know if it's possible. I'm sure for him it is, but.
Well, and the other thing too that I remember one time that you in the training, I think it was Monday, or we were talking to Michael, we said that there might be a possibility where we could put up a page where they could choose the review portal or site. Hey, Carlos. So that's something too that I think might be beneficial to bring up.
Yeah, just refresh my memory on that one because I'm not too sure what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get your point, Scott.
You asked if there was a way that any possible way that we could have a page that they went to, and then if they picked on a particular review,
I remember.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's something too that now that Mohammed and you are on the same.
Yeah. So you're talking about basically, I forget who it was last week. I think it was the Thursday call, right? It might have been Monday. I don't remember. But somebody asked, like, if somebody wants to have two different platforms, like, how would you solve that problem? Do they need two different links, or can they do it on the same thing? And Mohammed, if you want to comment on this, you can. Basically, my solution to that was we can link, and we've done this before, and I think you actually helped us with it, but we had a hotel client that had Expedia, Travelocity, everything else. They were a hotel chain. And basically what we did for them is instead of linking them to a review site, we linked them to a page with all the different review links on it. So they had like 4 or 5 of them, I think. And that was my suggestion. So we can link anything, and we can link to anywhere. It doesn't have to be a review platform. It could be a regular page, and it could say leave your review below, and then choose where you want to leave it, and then just have the links to the reviews things underneath that.
Yeah, I see. I remember like a couple of months ago, I wanted to create a platform like Area Builder, and I actually did. And at my platform, I had this feature where when the client sent the request to his customer, when the customer gets to the feedback page, he will leave his rating, his detail, everything there. But at the end, after the rating, he will find, for example, 3 platforms. He will find Google, Yelp, and Facebook, for example.
Right.
Depending on what he selected there, that will decide the redirection after he said, after he hit leave my feedback or continue or whatever. Yeah, that's actually pretty much possible. Well, I will we might be able to do it, but it's just as Kenny said, we'll have to add the like custom page that we decide, and we added the different links that we want to add it to. But remember, that will be like an extra page, and wow.
Right. Yeah, it'll be a page between the actual the actual review itself and our software. There'll be one page in between. But and again, it was just a suggestion. I just remembered it from last time, so I figured I'd bring it up because I forget even who it was that asked, but somebody asked about the possibility of having multiple platforms and if they needed a couple different links or whatever it is. So, but I don't even know who that person was. I don't remember. I apologize. I don't even know if they're here. So, and the other thing, what were the other things that we needed to talk about, Scott? Do you remember?
Yes, on the when a member, we have not been enforcing it, but we are going to start 1,000%. If our members onboard a client, they are going to set up a PayPal or a Stripe or some type of a payment button, or basically we're not going to onboard the client. And the reason is because we're getting a lot of trials that are coming in from people that should have never been onboarded in the first place. And because they haven't made any kind of a commitment, I've been making phone calls all week to people who are just, I'm getting voicemails, and then I'm getting a combination of people that have never heard of us before. And I'm not pointing any fingers at anyone that's in this room because I don't see any of you guys that I've had that issue with, but I'm just saying it has happened and it's my fault. It's my fault because I got kind of slack on letting people onboard a client without getting some type of a payment agreement, a credit card somehow. And it's the easier, softer way. I get it. I understand it. I would probably be doing it too. But we got to put a stop to it because the quality of the leads that we're getting in to onboard and try to work for everybody, we've got to get that quality up. And the solution to that is following exactly what Kenny has said from the very, 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 very beginning, which is a qualified prospect, right? Someone who wants what you got, needs what you got, and can pay for it, right? And what we've been getting is people just trying a 30-day trial with no commitment, and we're not even getting them to be able to get on the welcome calls that are scheduled. So we're going to nip that in the bud, and we're going to start enforcing the suggestions that we had in the very beginning. It is going to probably decrease the number of trials that we're getting, but I also believe that it's going to increase the conversion number. And Mohammed, Kenny had an idea of a way to be able to have people show us that they did set that up. And Kenny, you want to describe that, what you were asking?
Yeah,
me
I'm actually going to show Mohammed, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to describe it in the way that I need. But one thing I'll just say really quick, guys, is this has been the training since the beginning. This has been the process since we started. It has never changed. It's the only time you submit a trial without a payment button is if you're doing we talked about the charities for a while, and I did my own charity when when we first started the thing. And then if you're doing a Chamber of Commerce, right, you're giving it away free for life, then that's fine. You give it away without a payment button. I get it. But if you're expecting to get paid on that deal at any time, the payment button must be there. And you got to understand, guys, that's not because I'm saying to do that. That's not because Scott's saying to do that or Muhammad or anybody else. It's because that's the way that Amazon does it. That's the way that Netflix does it. That's the way every successful company that has a trial offer in the front does it. So we're not going to be idiots to try to reinvent the wheel. We're going to just do it the way that other people do it that have been way more successful than we'll ever be. That's number one. And number two, very simply is this: you can submit trials on an onboarding form without ever talking to people. And that's a big problem. And we're noticing that that's becoming a problem, because think about the information you need to fill out an onboarding form. You don't need anything. You need the guy's name. All the other information is online all over the place. So we're getting a lot of these people in that say they never talk to anybody. They don't know who we are. They don't know. And to be honest with you, I'm not getting any of them because I don't do the onboarding calls, but Scott's getting a lot of them. I don't know who you are. I've never talked to anybody. I never heard of that guy. And I'm getting the feeling, based on my experience of being in this business for a very long time with cold callers and telemarketers and stuff, that a lot of people that are being submitted without any contact whatsoever. And that's a problem. So the buy button has to be in there. It always had to be in there. And we got a little off course, but that's okay. So I am going to quickly share my screen so that you guys could see something really quick. And then if Muhammad can pull this off, which I don't think it's going to be very difficult, but this will be a big help, I think, for everybody. And if you hear the Toronto Maple Leafs game in the background, sorry. If I'm coming on Thursday at 7, you might hear hockey in the background. All right, so I know my screen is not shared yet, but whatever, it's fine. I'm going to share it.
Now.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that all the other tabs were closed. All right, so you guys can see Warrior Plus now, right? Everyone can see that? Scott, yes?
Yep.
Yeah, I see that number.
Okay. So here's what we need you guys to do. Muhammad, if you can do this. So on the onboarding form, if there's a way that the members can submit an image with the onboarding form, like one of those little gray buttons that say attach an image, that's basically what we need. And if Muhammad can do that, what I want you guys to do is after you've gotten the deal, I want you to go into your Warrior Plus or PayPal or JVZoo, but remember, I can't help you with them because I don't know how to use them. Warrior Plus, JVZoo, wherever, and find the actual deal that took place. Find the sale. And then I want you to just take a picture of it, just like this. Highlight it, and then save it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to attach that image to the onboarding form so that we know that that person filled out a buy button. And again, if Mohammed could set up the image attachment.
Yeah, of course. It's super easy. That's a good idea.
Pretty easy for you. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But so that's what you guys should be doing from this point forward. You have to do it. If you want your client onboarded, it has to include proof that they've filled out a buy button, proof that they've clicked the buy button and started a 30-day trial. The trial can be or a 7-day trial, whatever trial length you want, but they have to have went through a payment processor before. I don't want to say we because I don't do them, but before Scott does an onboarding call, it has to be done that way. And that's what me and Scott have been talking about this for hours every night for the past week on how to figure this out. And that's the only way to go forward.
And so, Muhammad, that your comment sounded pretty much like that wouldn't be any problem at all?
No, sure, no problem. Just you field to attach an image or something. Yeah, it's super easy. Cool, we can
Does
add
anybody
it
have
in.
any questions or comments or concerns about that or issues?
Are we gonna
I know we
add-
went over it on Monday too, but
Hi, guys. Sorry I was a bit late. I was just finishing with a client. Are we going
Of
to
course.
add a field to the onboarding form for this image? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, it's the Carlos. Basically, from now on, every time you onboard a client, you must make sure that your client has commit to the tutorial on Warrior Plus or PayPal or whatever the payment process you use. And when you onboard,
I understand that. What I'm asking is what Kenny just showed us, taking an image and then adding it to the onboarding.
yeah, that's it.
Sorry, are you going to put a place on the onboarding form for that image?
yeah, I believe what Mohammed was saying is that he's going to add an extra field.
Okay.
And
Yeah, they just select an image or attach an image or something.
Sure. Yeah, because because I won't onboard them without that button either, so that's not a problem.
Right. And how did your appointment go, Carlos?
It went very well. We spent 2 hours together. I'm finding that my meetings are lasting a while because they get interested enough to talk about the different facets of what we're doing. This gentleman has a video production company, a small company. This area has a lot of small businesses. But he also is a representative for a medical alert device, which he would rather do that if he can. He doesn't have a GMB for that, so we talked about that, and he said the company's rather strict about doing stuff with their name. So I gave him some options on how to approach them. So he's going to call them as soon as he gets home today and see if he can do a GMB using that business. And if so, he's going to let me know. Then I'm going to onboard him with that business. Otherwise, we'll onboard him with his video production business. So I'll find out next. He said probably tomorrow they get back to him or so. So as soon as he finds out which one he wants to start, then I'm going to onboard him with a 30-day free reviews, and then do the 16 videos once he starts getting reviews. And he wants more information on what everything's going to cost him. He's like a lot of the small businesses in my area. They don't have a big budget, but they're willing to get started and do stuff to see how it works out.
Fantastic. Great job. Great job.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Carlos.
Thank you. And I've put together a package, if you call it that, in my OneNote when I present to people with a bunch of different stuff that I'll try and put together, perhaps in a PDF form for everybody to use, because it's pretty effective when I'm talking to these people to have everything in one place, because we've got lots of images, cost comparisons, all kinds of things that we want to show them, and having it spread out like we do now makes it kind of difficult for our members. So see if I can help out there too.
Okay, fantastic. Sorry, I had to thank Carrie for dinner.
Hey guys, just one thing real quick about the buy button thing. I just want to say this, and I'm sure Scott will agree. The people that are here, I mean, we need you guys to do it too, but we're not making this big announcement because of any of you. You're not the problem. The problem are the people that aren't here right now. That's the issue. So I just wanted to make that, just so you guys know, we're not picking on anyone here because all you guys are pretty good at what you do. So
Absolutely.
and Carlos, yeah, that's awesome. That's a really good deal. I like it, and I like the PDF idea too. If you could share that with us, that would be great.
Cool.
And Rick, I'd also like it if you wouldn't mind sharing. You started from day one with using the pay button from the beginning, and I mean, I think I might be right. I'm not sure if you had one of your people that you've ever onboarded have ever not gone through with it, have they?
That's correct. Even my closest business relationship in another marketing area, if they said, yes, I want to do it, I would not commit unless they clicked on my subscribe button, period, end of story. And yes, the success rate by having them commit so far has been 100%.
That's what I thought. I just thought about that one right before I asked you that, but I was thinking back through the people I know that I've dealt with that you've onboarded, and I don't believe you've missed one.
That's correct. System works. Got to work the system.
I think another important thing to point out too, guys, is that, you're probably not going to be submitting 40, 50, 60 trials a week if you're adding a buy button to it and you're doing it that way. But you may get 2 or 3 really good ones that end up paying. And I think that's more important. So, I mean, I don't know, Rick, how many you have, but again, it's 100% success ratio. You're not going to submit 30 or 40 of them a week. But if you have 10, 12, 15 a month or whatever, that's really good. And most of them are you're probably not going to stay at 100% forever, but most of them are going to stay. And that's, I'd rather the higher success ratio, in my opinion, than the volume of people that never answer.
I'm about to purchase my next 10 set of portals.
Yeah, so there you go. That's really good. And it's been about, what it's been about 6 weeks?
No, I've been in the program probably about 3.5 months.
Oh, okay.
So it's taken some time. I mean, you gotta start out running, and you gotta backtrack and see where the mistakes you made, and modify it, and redo it. And it's been a solid 3 months, but it certainly has paid off after that time.
So let me ask you this, and this is just an interesting discussion, but do you think that the next 10 are going to obviously come easier?
Correct. Yeah.
I think now you kind of know what you're doing. And you think you're pretty confident that you could go from 10 to 20 to 30 to 100? I mean, there's no like limitation on what you can do as far as marketing goes or reaching out to an audience goes or anything like that?
I absolutely believe that. And the reason I believe that is if I were to talk to somebody today, it literally could take 2 months to close the deal. And
Right.
I'm dealing with 3 chambers now, and one of them signed on. We're at the point now we're approaching the members because we've got proof of concept with the chamber itself. And another one that I'm trying to approach has 1,500 members, and they actually saw the presentation, and they said, we're really not interested. We'll let you know if we are. But the great thing is that the chambers are within 20 miles from one another. And the president of the chamber that I did close knows first name, last name, sit down and have coffee with the key 3 members of the other chamber.
Mm.
So once he's all set up and his members all have a portal, he's actually willing to go and sit down and talk to them.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a huge help.
Yep.
And I'm glad that that we don't seem to be getting a lot of negative feedback about the idea that we're going to start enforcing the buy buttons. But Rick has been helping me a little bit on some of these calls this week. And Rick, would you like to go through 365 or a full year worth of the amount of calls that we've made and not get to talk to anybody like we have this week?
God, no. And I'm so happy you went to the webinar onboarding concept. I would love to see, and I don't know if this is possible, Kenny, can that be played on demand?
Yeah, it actually is now. We actually discussed that today. It was just a simple button inside of every webinar that I had to select. But yeah, as of right now, if you go on there, it's not really, it doesn't say on demand, but it does say watch yesterday's replay. They click on that button, the video plays automatically for them. They do have to put their email address in, but other than that, it starts right away.
Excellent. Good point to know. And I think that will save a lot of people, the challenge if they do work a normal 9 to 5, getting to a 2 o'clock, session. So that is.
Yeah,
And,
without a doubt. And just one more thing real quick, Scott, sorry to cut you off there, but for the people that are here live with us right now, if you have any suggestions when it comes to the webinar or making it better or whatever, feel free to let us know, because the people that are here right now are the ones that, we try to listen to everybody. I guess I have to be diplomatic and say that. We really don't, or I don't anyway. But like if you have a suggestion, tell me. Rick, Frank, if you guys have the people that are here every week, if you have a suggestion, let us know, because again, I never thought to do the replay thing. Because in my webinar world, having the replay up there is the worst thing you could do. So I'm like, oh, replay is terrible. But in this instance, it probably is really good for the point that, because of the point that Rick just made. So, if you guys have suggestions that I might have overlooked, I'm all ears about that, and I'll make whatever suggestions or changes that you guys want to make it better.
And just so everybody is perfectly clear, what we're doing is when you guys begin to onboard a client now, instead of having a schedule where you come in and pick a time, say 2 o'clock on Tuesday, and that's when you set up the welcome call. Instead of doing an individual welcome call, what we're doing is we're having a webinar on a daily basis that people can attend. And again, they can watch the replay if they, get on it today. Then they could watch yesterday's if they didn't get there during the particular time that it was playing. And the reason is because instead of having an appointment at 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm stuck all day long. I can't leave. I can't do anything. Instead of that, what we're going to do is set up a schedule where people can go and check the webinar out and get that orientation, get that information, and they can be grouped together on a daily basis instead of us having to take an individual appointment for each one of them. So that's the reason that we're doing it. And we've already got it all recorded now. And Kenny, you want to touch on it? And then Mohammed, can you let everybody know how you've integrated this into the system and where they will find it?
Yeah, sure. I actually want to share my screen about that. Everything is almost ready there.
All right, so real quick, so that Mohammed can do his thing. Basically, this is the call right here. So, Scott, Mohammed, I don't know how you guys are going to be integrating it, so I'm not going to go into all that. But basically, what's going to happen is click the Register Now button, and you have select a date. Now, prior to about 3 hours ago, Scott, I guess they had to actually pick a date here, right? But now they don't. They can pick the next two, which is Friday or Saturday. And the times are here, so Friday, Saturday at 11. But they can also just select watch yesterday's replay. And then what's going to happen is, if I do this, this might not work for me because my email's in here 400 times, but we'll see. Yeah, the video just starts. They click on play, and it starts right away. Okay, so again, that's the way that they can get it instantly. If they don't want to do that, they don't have to. If they want to, for whatever reason, schedule the call, they can. They just go in here, select the date, Friday. There's only one open on Fridays, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and then that's it. They're going to be scheduled for that, and they're going to get emails reminding them about it and stuff like that. So this may change over time. I don't really know. I would like to get a picture up here and you know, maybe dress it up a little bit so it looks a little bit nicer. But honestly, I'm going to wait for Mohammed to talk because I don't even know if the end client's actually going to even see this. You guys might be doing this yourselves. So Mohammed, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I don't even know if they're going to be seeing the page.
Well,
Stop.
it would be a good decision to let the client do that. But anyway, so simply, you all guys know the onboarding page where you click onboard new client. As you can see, the booking appointment form is no longer exists. So this is right now you're going to register your client for the welcome webinar. It's also still mandatory. This button here, the same page Kenny was on it. This is button will send you to that page. When you click on that, you go to this page. As Kenny said, you just click register here. You select whatever time is fit for your client. But also, why not? You can also send this link to your client as well. That also, because this is white label. There's nothing that proves that it's ours or yours. So just a normal, just a very famous website. So that also might be a good idea. Send it to your client, but make sure that your client confirms his registration for you. Or you do it yourself. To actually do it yourself is always the best solution. So you can just call your client and tell them about the available times, or you can just close this. You can send him these dates here so he can know on which date that actually works for him. After he told you, ask him again about his time zone. This is very important, guys. Not all the clients on the Eastern time. Ask your client for his time zone or his city, and you get his time zone. Then you can select the exact time to register his seat for that webinar. So after you select the webinar here, make sure to select your client time zone here because it's super, super important. If you don't select the right one here, your client will get a notification about the webinar on the wrong time, like an hour before or 2 hours behind. See, and that will be super crazy. And you might not even get the chance to get him registration again. So make sure to check on his time zone before you do that. And second, I just added the buy button on the onboarding form. So as you can all know, you can see on the onboard new client. If you go to the bottom, you see all that crap of booking the welcome column, all that has been deleted, and the new term has been added. I confirm that I had received my client's order for the stereo. Maybe the text is not perfect, but I can change it anyway. But the thing is, when you confirm this, the button will appear. This is where you will be gonna click here, select which is the image is, and onboard your client. We're gonna receive that in our system, and they're gonna check it every time I onboard your client. You see, that's super easy, simple. Also, I would say that I'm not sure about that, but I guess generally the decision maker would be making his, I think, placing the order, I think, will be made by the decision maker, if I'm not sure. And I think either in PayPal or in WordPress, we can see either the name of the decision maker or the email, I think. I'm not too sure about that. I don't want to be so serious about that, but I think generally that will be it. That will be it. So just show us something that proves the payment or the tutorial has been started, or the order has been placed on WordPress. But generally, just a minute ago, and I can show you guys on the WordPress, you can see that the order is selected has like a WordPress will place the client email. He told you then the service or the offer name, then the price. Generally, the tutorial, if your clients subscribe for a tutorial, the price will pretty much will be zero, because it's really zero. If you're going to give him a 13-day tutorial, you're not going to pay anything at first. So the order will be set, I think, as $0 at start. So don't get distracted or confused when you see that. It's super natural, super easy. And also, again, it's your call about that, or about the pricing and all that stuff. But just generally, just attach something here, a picture that proves any proof of payment or an order has been placed, or anything that you see that actually can prove and make us believe that this client you are onboarding has placed his order for this tutorial, and he has commitment to pay after the tutorial is over. It doesn't matter how much tutorial, it's your choice. 7 days, 14 days, 13 days, it doesn't matter. Just let us know. It's your call. Make sure to attach an image proof of the tutorial commitment from your client side. This is pretty much it, I think. That's very simple. And I guess this is actually, by the way, guys, it's even much easier than booking the welcome call. It's super easy actually for Scott. That will save him a ton of calls and money, his phone, to do these calls. So I think that's a great evolution for the GamePoint Master Program to do that. Especially this what yesterday we play. That's magnificent idea. It's super great. And by the way, guys, on the welcome emails, I'm always placing 3 videos on the welcome email to explain to your client how to send requests, explaining to him how to use the platform. So whatever happened here on the webinar, if your client understand or not, still super easy to understand how to use our platform, because I told you on the welcome email, I already placed visualized videos to understand that, and written step by step on the same email, on the welcome email, and how to send the request, how to understand what the feedback portal, what's the request portal, what's the summary report link. So all of that is being actually also again explained for the second time on the welcome email. So that's like two chances for your client to understand how the system is working. And I'm pretty sure, I think 80 or 90% of the clients will figure out how to use the platform, and that's on your advantage from the start. And from the first start, when your client commits for the tutorial, it's also great news for you, and then it's like that will actually higher the chance of getting this client converted into paid client. Because as Kenny and Scott said at first, guys, if the client did not commit by placing his payment detail, there's no reason to continue using that. No reason. Even if he's interested in that, he won't even bother himself by going the checkout order and placing payment details. So the conversion rate will be so low. And also, when we see a proof of the order has been placed by your client, there is no doubt that your client know what he's doing and know that that know about us, that we exist. Because Scott said just this on this webinar, some of the clients, when he called them, they don't even know that we exist. And they just, some of them asking us, who are you and how you get my contact details or whatever. So that's really painful, guys. This is serious business. You can just go around and get you the client name and the company detail and just go here and onboard it. So that will actually not in your benefit. And for us, we're gonna start checking this on how we're gonna start checking if the client has placed his detail, like he has commit by placing his payment detail or not. So we're gonna eliminate as much as possible the clients from the non-clients, from the non-converted clients. And that's actually on your benefit, by the way, guys. But for us, it will just clean up the rubbish client, the non-qualified client that we don't need and you also don't need. That's all just the non-converted client, guys, are just waste of time for both our time and your money maybe you invest to get those clients. So it's super important. This buy button on the onboarding page and the welcome webinar is actually a brilliant idea. Boom.
Can I make a suggestion, Mohammed?
Sure.
I would suggest everybody here, at least today, should actually go and take a look at the webinar. It's short. I think, Kenny, it's 22 minutes.
I get somewhere around there. I think it's like 19 something.
And I think you should have a good idea of what the client is going to hear, rather. And I think it'll benefit everybody to see the process that goes on in a welcome call.
I definitely agree with that 100%. It's a great idea.
This is Greg here. Can you hear me?
What's up, Greg?
I've been gone for a little while here, and I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball and tried to onboard a client and saw that the form was all different and no welcome call needed and all that, and was a little confused. Still did it. Still think I got it to work. I'm not positive. But first thing I want to know is this webinar live each of these different dates as they come up, or is it just a replay?
No, it's an automated webinar.
Okay, so if it's an automated webinar and it just comes up, why even do it? Why not just go ahead and just have the instead of having dates, they just have the thing and they can click it and watch it? Why set up the times? Why set up
It's a great question, and the answer to the question is psychology. That's why we do it this way. Here's the problem with a video. The video can be watched later. The video can be, I'll do it after work. The video can be, I'll do it after the game, or I'll do it after the show, or I'll watch it tomorrow morning. That's why I'm not a big fan. I get it in this instance, right? And I'm on board with it 100%. That's why I'm not a big fan in my sales calls of using the watch the replay thing, because I want it to be an appointment in their calendar, because that means it's important. If they can watch it, if they know that they can go back and watch it at any time, and I have numbers to prove this, the conversion rate goes down a lot. So that's why you don't do the video, because it's not important to them. There's no urgency there, and they can watch it at any time. Now, I know in theory they can come back and watch this at any time too, but that's the benefit of an automated webinar over a sales video.
Okay, well, I'm going to take your word for it. I'm sure you're probably right. Just the clients that I'm dealing with, if I want them to watch it, they're going to watch it. I mean, they will watch it. I'll make it mandatory that they've got to watch this so they know how to do it, and I'll also explain it.
Yeah. Now here's the other thing too. The other benefit too, and I don't know if this is just strictly a webinar thing or what, but there's a question box at the bottom of that call, and what that does is they can write us questions, and that's going to go to our email box, and then, or Scott's email actually, and then we'll be able to reply to them. And what's going to end up happening is this: within the next probably 2 or 3 months, after a few hundred people went through the call, this call is going to be different. Not totally different, but it's going to be a little different, because we're going to look back and we're going to say, okay, 300 people went through, and 50 people asked how to get the link on the cell phone. And we didn't answer that the right way or whatever. And I know that that's in there. That's why I brought that up. So they're not going to ask that question. But 50 people are going to ask the same question. And we're going to say, okay, we got to add this to the call so that we can eliminate that question, right? And we're going to have 2 or 3 of them. So this call is going to change. You never have the perfect webinar right in the beginning. It always evolves over time as you get your Q&A down, right? So that's another big benefit of the webinar as opposed to just the video. You know, but again, if you want to show the people, you could listen. Send them to the YouTube video. I don't know. They can watch the replay right now. So that's fine too. I get what you're saying, but it is a psychological thing. And if it's just a video on a landing page or something, most people aren't going to watch it. That's just.
Okay. Well, I have another question. Yeah.
Sure.
So when we sign these, I've got quite a few different clients that I can add to this thing for what I do, and so forth. And some of them I've got in my payment schedules and in my proposals and stuff. I have this stuff built in, and I just use and I collect the money from everybody and just pay from my account and just put my account in the onboarding form, and it'll just come from my account, and I collect the money myself.
Scott, that's your land. I don't know. Maybe, I guess. I don't know.
All right. Can you repeat it one more time?
Okay, through existing clients I have, I can add additional monthly to it, and they just pay me. They're already paying me now. Instead of having them add their payment processor, I'll just use mine and I collect the money.
Absolutely, no problem with that whatsoever. Yeah, we don't collect. The only thing, Greg, that we're trying to do is we're trying to get a mini commitment out of these people. And again, I can use Rick. Rick helped me some with some of these calls this week. One of the things that we were trying to do was to see if we could get a live call and record it and use that as the webinar, and then we just went ahead and did it ourselves. But how many calls do you think you were with me on this week?
At least a dozen.
And how many of them were we actually successfully able to talk to people with?
I think today was the most promising one. And the person that was supposed to receive the call was terminated. But the person that actually answered the phone, that was pretty much her responsibility as far as the function and marketing and branding. So she was very, ears open and ready to book a new appointment, which she did.
Hey, I did have an interesting thing happen today.
Scott, can I just ask you one quick question?
Yeah.
Really quickly. Rick just said that person was terminated when you called.
Yeah, that was the one that I was, yeah. We had a gal named Michelle. I called and it was one of the large chains of companies, by the way.
Right.
I'll say it if you guys want me to. If not, that's okay. But, yeah, we called up. I asked for Michelle, and Michelle no longer works here. Michelle was set up last week. She was the one that accepted the trial and set the schedule up. So in the last 3 days, Michelle has left the building.
Yeah, I don't think so, Scott. I don't think that's true. I can almost guarantee you that if you search that company long and hard, Michelle is going to be a decision maker in that company listed somewhere online. And those people just took all the information off the internet, put it in the onboarding form, and submitted it as a deal.
Possible.
You think Michelle got fired in the last 3 days? What'd you do, kill somebody?
I was pretty surprised when I tried to talk to him today.
Yeah. Michelle is probably on LinkedIn as the CEO of this company or whatever, and she never changed her profile. She was probably canned 6 months ago, and these people just found all the information and submitted it on the onboarding form and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Or it's really bad luck, but I usually don't believe in really bad luck. So it's more logical that something like that happened, I think.
Well, Scott, I was going to ask you to tell your story about Dr. Moyle.
Yeah. Today I got a call at 10 o'clock this morning. And, of course, I was on a welcome call, so I had to call him right back. And the gentleman said, I'd like to find out more information about online review machines. So I figured maybe he found our website online. So, again, Rick was helping me today and talking with people today. So, and I always feel like two heads are better than one. So we called him back, and man, he's got a group of 20 doctors that he's meeting with tomorrow, and he's connected with a group of 100 doctors. So we onboarded, he wants to join, and so we decided to go ahead and create a platform for him, and Rick was going to give the platform as one of his to Dr. Moyle. And so we got everything all set up, got him a run of videos started. So we wanted to be able to have him locked and loaded to go to his meeting tomorrow. We got back on the phone at 5 o'clock and something that either Rick or I had emailed him had Giveaway Masters on it. And he goes, well, what Giveaway Masters? I'm already a member of that. So we found a new member that we're reviving. So if you guys think that we've got some people in the group that are stagnant, and we do, don't give up on all of them yet, because I would imagine that I believe that we're going to see some fantastic results out of this gentleman, Dr. Moyle. And he's a chiropractor down in Florida, pain management doctor down in Florida. And he's going to go meet with all of his 20 doctors tomorrow. And he's excited. Rick and I both gave him a review today to help, show him how the process worked. And now he's going to go back in all of his emails and pull Kenny's original email out so he can get a hold of the training, and he's ready to get started. So,
well, Scott, just tell him to shoot me an email, and I'll get him the link to the membership area, or you could just send it to him.
Yeah, I'll do that. And I just want, that's a good thing for everyone to kind of be looking out at, along the same lines as Shar Rustia, with her dentist, who 2 months ago told her, no, I'm not interested, no. And then she had a problem. And then Rick and I spent 3.5 hours helping her solve the problem. And Dr. Alicia Bryan, I believe, will be a client for life, because she was hyperventilating. She was so upset when we started the conversation with her. And by the time we got done, she loved us. So I'm just telling you, if you talk to these people and they're telling you no now, if you just remain friendly and drip a little bit of information back to them from time to time, then I believe we've got a good shot at almost every single person that you guys are talking to. And there's reasoning behind that. I'm not just saying that to blow smoke. I'm telling you right now, in the next 3 to 5 years, I'm telling you, all of these local businesses are going to get a review gathering automated system. Now, whether it's going to be from us or whether it's going to be from somebody else is yet to be determined. But I'm telling you, they all got a website, and they are all going to do something to be dealing with these reviews, because Google is only going to make it more and more and more important. And in the mind of the buying public, it's only going to grow in importance. And I promise you, that is one of the reasons that when I talk to Kenny, our anniversary basically is this month, basically. A year ago, I talked to Kenny, and what percolated in Kenny's brain, because he's a bit of a visionary, right? Kenny saw that nobody's got it, everybody's going to get it. And that's the type of products that you want to get, the type of opportunity you want to get involved in. And the other part of it is the timing. Now, if we were 3 years ago and we were here trying to say this to you guys, we were too early. There wasn't enough social proof out there in the marketplace. But I'm telling you right now, you go and you talk to 10 business owners, ask them about online reviews or Google reviews. They're right on the tip of their tongue is, yeah, I know I need to do something about it, or I'm already doing something about it. I mean, the timing of the opportunity that we have right now could not be better. And I just want you guys, if you're getting beat up a little bit and you're getting, hearing the word no, learn how to hear K-N-O-W. Learn, retrain your brain that when somebody says N-O, you see it as K-N-O-W. and just remain friendly, because I promise you, you guys are going to be picking up clients that you've talked to who are not interested today. But if you keep being friendly with them and share with them a result every now and then, something like, you know, we took this customer from a 2.3, and that was one thing today. We talked to Vikram, who owns a convenience store in California today, and he was a fantastic call. And I believe that that will turn into a paying client for Michael. All right. And Vikram is going to use this, and they've got 4 or 5 other convenience stores around him that he and his partner are involved in. And I told him, hey, you work out of, you know, you guys get 5 or 6 locations. We'll work on the pricing structure for you with that. And he has a 3.5, I believe, when we started talking to him. We moved him to a 3.7. So if he gets 3 or 4 more reviews, he's going to hop over into the 4 range. And we explained to him that any local business that goes up 1 number, the research shows that you've got the likelihood of increasing your annual income 5 to 9%. And Harvard did that study, not Scott Powell from Appalachian State University. You know, Harvard did that. So we've got all of the documentation on our side. We've got all of the trend. You always, if you ever want to get involved in any kind of a business, always look to see if you can market a trend. And so that's, you know, a little bit about what was going on with my day today. All in all, a great day, and couldn't be happier with what we got going on. And I'm super pumped to be following up with Dr. Moyle and see what he's going to be able to get done in the next few months.
So Scott, long story short, you close a gas station.
Hey,
Listen, they're not easy, man. Gas station's
throw
tough.
a little side note in here. Does anybody know what a bris is in the Jewish faith?
Hey, Rick.
I do not.
A bris is when they take the folded skin off of a child's cock, and it's called a moil.
Yes, the person that does a circumcision on a male born in the Jewish faith, the person that performs that is called a moil, and he's
That's right.
And he's one of them.
not. He's not.
I just had to throw that in. Hey, before I forget, on my presentation today with my prospective client, I did the online reviews are cool video, and it needs to be updated. One of the pages, one of the slides says 72% of buyers trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. So
Yeah, it should be 85.
Yeah, it should be 87.
87. Okay.
Yeah, so that needs to be changed. Whoever is doing that, I just thought I'd throw that in there. So
Well, the way that I would overcome that is that because I'll look for another video to do that with, but I don't have the slides. That was a video that was given to us to help in the marketing of the white label.
Okay.
And the way that I would overcome that is when I was talking to the person, I would say, look, this video was made about 6 months ago. It's actually the latest research shows that it has grown to 87%, and have an article that shows that states that that's what the most current information is. And I'm only suggesting that you do that until I can find us another video that will have the 87%.
Scott, is it one of those like animated videos, or is it just a slide presentation?
Animated.
Oh, I can't do that. But if it's a slide
what I did, you can't say 6 months ago, Scott, because the Bright Local is for 2017.
right.
So you'd have to say this was the year before, and this is how much it's grown. That's what I told him. I said, this is the year before, 2016, 72%. It's now at 87%. What do you think it's going to be after this year? That's what I told him.
Perfect. Perfect. But I'll work on trying to see if we can get an updated video in that for that particular purpose. And Kenny, I'm putting the link to this. And Rick is also a pretty good master at video, changing stuff on a video, so maybe he can play with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
either
what I
that,
thought.
or we could probably just go on Fiverr and find someone to do it for $50 or $100 or whatever.
All right, Kenny, I'm putting, here's the video.
All right. I'll check with some people and see if I can get that either recreated or.
There's the video.
And I sent you the link to the membership area, so you can send that to your buddy in California.
Got it. Yeah. I got it. I'm sending it to him right now.
It's a pretty good video. I like it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but
Yeah, it is a good video. If we can get that one thing that says 72 changed to 87.
It's actually quite a good video to show a client when you first sit down with him, you know?
You're funny, Kenny. It's so good that I didn't watch the rest of it.
caught my attention so much that I didn't watch the whole thing.
Hey, can I ask a bonehead rookie question, please?
Sure.
Hello? Did I?
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
Hold on, I muted myself. Okay. Anyway, I have a little bit of a fog over the whole process of once they say yes. Maybe I can get pointed to the right direction in the training, or it seems like my mind thinks that if you have like a form, Google Docs, something like that, and I guess I'm looking for a place to attach the buy button, where maybe you make a nice looking page, they fill out the information, they click the buy button, and then underneath the buy button, it has the sign up for the webinar all on one page, all in one spot. If we had something like that designed for us, then all the new people wouldn't have to create their own. And it just seems like a duplicatable thing. And it's just maybe the way we do things are different. And so I just wanted to ask you about that.
We have the website and stuff inside the members area. So if that's what you're looking for, it's in there.
The website that allows, a client isn't going to have access to the members area, right?
No, but we have the website for you inside the members area. So here, let me see if I can do this. Hold on. I just want to show you where it is so we're not getting confused. Of course, I went out of ClickFunnels area. No, actually, I could just get it from the thing I sent Scott. There we go. All right, so let me share my screen here quick.
Okay.
You guys can see that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so I have no idea where this is, so it might take me a second, but yeah, that's not it. It's gonna be right there. Okay, so this is all your payment processor stuff. This is all Warrior Plus stuff. So if you wanted to use, the other whatever else you can, right here. If you go in here, this is gonna teach you how to set up a whole bunch of different types of thank you sales pages, and then link them into Warrior Plus. And then in here, it's going to teach you how to set up the thank you page. All different kinds of thank you pages, whichever one you want to set up. And I go through a number of different platforms so you could do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
So once they say yes, we send them to a page that has the buy button on it, and then after they committed and bought or filled in their information, then the thank you page has like a simulated onboarding questionnaire form.
Well, that's the way that I had it set up. I mean, basically the thank you page that you see here. And Scott, if you don't want them to do it this way, then I could change this video. But the way that I did it was the thank you page was basically a Google form.
Yeah.
That gave me all the onboarding information that I needed. That's the way that I set it up. And this is not the onboarding form, so that's important. This is not going to be sent to our people. This is going to be sent to me, and then I'm going to onboard the client myself.
Right. And does it have on there like a checkbox or something that confirms and verifies that they're the decision makers, so that we don't have that once the decision maker gets the information, they're not clueless?
Well, no, I don't think so. But the reason why is because you probably should be talking to them.
Yeah, right.
Like you should know that. I mean, that should be something that you know already.
Okay,
So yeah,
that makes sense.
But I mean, you can listen. This is a Google form, so you can always add it. It's just adding
Yeah.
another field.
So do you think it makes more sense to, get the button and have them commit first, or have them do those micro commitments of filling out their information first, and then they hit the button at the bottom, like on a sales page, that sends them to the Warrior Plus, and then after that, then maybe the follow-up welcome thank you page has the webinar link to it.
Well, I wouldn't do that. I would do it this way.
Okay.
So sales page first. The sales page is like stupid simple. It's just
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Not me pointing my fingers all over the place. Just that with the buy button on it. And then it's not going to say $60. I just grabbed the button. But that's all it's going to be. And then after, because again, you remember, we're talking to the people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm talking to them. If somebody just lands on this page, you're going to say, thank you for investing in our online review tool. What the hell are you talking about? Right? But I'm talking to this person on the phone. So I'm leading them in this direction. They know what's going on. They click the button and then they get led to the form where I ask them all the questions. That form gets sent to me, and then I fill out the onboarding form for Muhammad.
Okay, so you're giving them the warm and fuzzy feeling by asking them the questions where they don't have to, because I hate filling out forms when it's for myself, and other people probably don't like filling out forms either. So if I ask them and ask them the questions, and I fill out the form for them, is that you think it makes them feel more comfortable? And
I mean, it's either way. It's funny that you say that, because most of the time, people that I work with are deathly afraid to ask the people the questions they need to ask them. But if you feel comfortable when you're talking to someone, asking them their name, their email address, their phone number, their address, go ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're writing up a sales order, they just
Yeah. I mean, that's fine, but just remember, it comes after they've already submitted the button.
That makes sense.
Process.
Okay, all right. And so the button that you just showed me, I think I remember during the training, that was for a chamber thing, right? But did you have an example of just a Joe Schmo, gas station?
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's no different. I mean, if you look on here, let me see if I can get back to that section where the page. That's products, and right here, this is the one. Okay, so let me see if I can get back to.
So they don't need to have a Warrior account just to pay, right? It's only the Warrior account if they're going to be a split revenue for the chamber?
Yeah, they don't need a Warrior Plus account to pay.
Okay, cool.
They can pay with that one. But they can pay with that one, but Warrior Plus is going to automatically sign them up for an account when they pay.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know.
All right.
So it's kind of like, I think PayPal does the same thing. Like, you don't need a PayPal account to pay, but once you pay, you have a PayPal account. I think that's how they do it. I'm not sure, but I know Warrior Plus does. So the only thing different here when it comes to a gas station or pizza place, whatever, is this part, this logo. And obviously, your price as a Dallas Chamber member is $60 a month. We're not going to put that, right?
Yeah,
the
Kenny,
price of the thing
with
is $97 a month after the 30-day free trial or whatever.
Hey, Kenny?
Yeah, go ahead.
With PayPal, they can pay with a PayPal account if they have a PayPal account, or they can pay with a credit card through PayPal without having a PayPal account.
Yeah, there you go. So if you use PayPal, they don't have to sign up for an account. PayPal, I guess, won't automatically sign them up for an account, and if they have a credit card, they can just use it. So that's fine too.
So I have a PayPal business account.
Just so you know, I do know for a fact that if you're using Warrior Plus and they don't have an account, they don't need one to pay, but they will be signed up for one automatically once they pay. So just understand that. They are going to get like deal of the day emails after they pay.
So when they go through Warrior Plus, how is that different than say I have a business account with PayPal,
Yeah,
and it's easy. I can just set up a payment button and they can pay that way.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's not linked to you guys. So then I'd have to pay you. So I guess.
Well, no, it's never linked to us. Even in Warrior Plus, it's not linked to us.
Oh.
It's not. The Warrior Plus is mainly for two things. Number one, I don't like doing recurring payments with PayPal. That's number one. I like doing recurring payments with Stripe. I can do direct Stripe. I can. That's fine. But if I use Warrior Plus, they can pay me with PayPal and or Stripe, either one, doesn't matter, and it could go directly into my Stripe account. That's the first reason. The second reason is if I'm doing a Chamber of Commerce deal where I have to split the payments, for me, the easiest way to do it is a Warrior Plus account because I can set up a JV contract. That's the only reason why. Everything else, use whatever you want. But for me, that's why I choose that over anything else, because of those two main reasons.
Okay.
So if you're not doing a chamber thing and you have a PayPal business account, you want to use that for your recurring payments, that's totally fine. And I'm sure a lot of people do that. Set up a buy button inside of a subscribe button inside of PayPal, you're good to go.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
And I've been saying that, guys, too. I mean, I'm saying that from the beginning. Like, you can use PayPal's fine. You can use it. You can use Stripe. You can use whatever. Use whatever you want. It doesn't really matter.
So why do you prefer Stripe again, Kenny?
I just don't like running recurring payments through PayPal.
Okay. Just so people know that want to use PayPal, you can do a redirect to any page you want. The way I'm having it set up is it'll redirect to a thank you page on my website with a link on that same page to view my services or wherever else I want to send them to.
Yeah, they have, like, when you set up the subscribe button in PayPal, I'm not going to show you how to do it because I honestly am not good enough to teach you how to do it. But I do know they have, like Carlos was saying, they have a thank you page, and it's I don't want to say it's the same, but it's similar. You have a thank you page. You can send them to another spot. You're going to get a receipt inside your PayPal thing. It's going to show up with a transaction ID. It's very, very similar.
Yeah, it's nice. And people know PayPal probably more than Warrior Plus, and but I guess anyway.
Of course. And listen, that's really, really powerful. To have the ability to say, listen, you don't know me, I don't know you, don't trust me. The payment's going through PayPal. If there's any problem whatsoever, you can always contact them and they always side with the buyer. I say that in every webinar that I do, and it's really powerful. Passing off the trust to somebody else, that's a big deal when you don't know somebody. So, yeah, I've never had a problem with it. I just teach what I do and what I know. So I can't help you with PayPal, but if you want to use it and you have it already set up, there's no reason not to.
Yeah. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Yeah, you know what? Because through the PayPal, they can pay through the buy button. You can have a redirect to the form where they fill out the simulated onboarding form with the information.
Yeah.
And then link at the bottom the webinar link, and so they have all that in one sweep.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all.
Nice.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Scott, what else we got? Anything else?
I think that's it, and I think Muhammad may have left the building. So hope we don't have any more technical questions he needs to answer.
Well, listen,
But
Muhammad,
I think we covered everything. And again, to kind of recap, we're going to a welcome webinar. The members now, and we are also going to begin to enforce very strictly that if you do not attach a buy button to the transaction of the free trial, then we're not going to onboard them. And that's basically what we wanted to make sure we covered with everybody tonight.
Yep. And we should probably email the members to let them know that they should watch this replay.
Yes, I think that's a very good idea. We'll have it in there.
Is that the same link that we would give out to clients for the webinar? The webinar link, the
one that Muhammad showed you earlier?
The welcome call webinar.
I just want to make sure that I'm not pointing you in the wrong direction.
You signed up for it in the process of
yeah.
You signed them up for it in the process of onboarding.
Right, and I just want to make sure that I'm not pointing you in the wrong direction. So when you go in the onboarding form, there's going to be a button. Can you see what I'm doing right now? Frank?
I'm looking.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't, but I am now.
Oh, all right. So you can see the EverWebinar screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when you go to the onboarding form, there's going to be like a blue button or something, or like a teal button. It's kind of like this color actually. And then what's going to happen is you're going to click that button, and it's going to take you to this. And then you're going to say to the person, when do you want to go? Do you want to watch it now? Do you want to watch it, on Tuesday at 2 o'clock, Friday at 2 o'clock, or Saturday at 11 o'clock in the morning? You can either do that, or you can, while you're talking to them, give them this link. Okay. And you could just say, let me know when you're done. Let me know when you signed up, and let me know when you're going, or whatever.
Yeah, well, after the, if the thank you page has the link on it, they sign up and then they get redirected to the thank you page, which gets the onboarding information, and then there's a link there. I just want to know, what is that link? Where do I get it so that I can add it to my page?
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send it to you right now. So
Okay, I want the same thing.
Yep, there you go. That's the link right there. And just so you guys know, if you lose it, you can't find it, you don't know where it is, go into the onboarding form. Click on the blue button that says the welcome webinar. And the link is going to be in the URL box.
Right.
Okay.
Up top. So you can always find it there. But that, for those of you who are here, that's it in the chat box there. And I'll probably, Scott, should I post it in the Facebook group or no?
Yeah, you can do that. And we're also going to put, this replay in tomorrow.
Okay. And I would put this replay in the Facebook group too, because this is really important that they watch this. All right. Anything else?
Where can we watch that? Where can we watch the webinar replay now?
You could go to the link that I just sent everybody.
Okay.
Right. So let me do this one more time. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So you can go to watch yesterday's replay. Again, I'm going to say this might not work because I did this like 400 times, but hopefully it does. Click on register now, and it does work. So there you go. Click on start, and that's it right there. Okay. So that's how you do it. Now, the other way you can do it too, if you really want to, is you could, instead of going through all of that, how do I get back to, let me go there. And then you could just go to that YouTube video, because that's the webinar right there.
Okay, it's on the YouTube channel too? Or just
Well, it always is going to be. Yeah, anytime you do every webinar, well, this is not necessarily true, but every webinar does two. It could do two things. Either it's a YouTube video or self-hosted video. So you can use Amazon AWS, something like that. Most people use YouTube videos though. They just upload their thing onto YouTube and just put it on there. Same thing with Webinar Jam. If it's a live call, it always goes right to YouTube. So unless you're doing a jam session one, which nobody uses. So you can do it either way. If you want to go through the experience of what a client would go through, the way to do it is to go and actually register and then watch it. If you just want to see the video, though, you could just go on YouTube and watch the video. I mean, that's fine too.
Okay, Scott, one quick thing
Okay.
before we get out of here. Do you remember talking to one of my clients who his name's Greg? He's elk hunting.
The deer hunter guy?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, remember he wasn't real happy because it wasn't anyway, we got him going and so forth. You were talking about rankings. He started out with, I can't remember, with a 2.9 or 3.1, but he's sitting at 4.4 now. Once he got the hang of it, he started out with 6 or 7 reviews, and he has, I think, 24 now, and it's he's a screaming happy man.
What's the name of the company?
His name of his company is hold on a second. I know it well.
Kenny's going to love this because Kenny's a hunter.
No, I'm actually going to look him up to see if I might want to go and see him.
Yeah, it's called discountedhunts.net. Discountedhunts.net. That's his website.
Oh, it's like a listing service. He's not actually a guide.
No, he's not a guide. All he does is set up the hunt. He's got hunts. He works with about 250 outfitters. So when they have openings in certain areas they need to fill, he puts them out through his discounted hunt service. So you get cheaper prices. So he's been doing this for about 20 years. And
that's a great
about
idea.
About 500 clients a year.
Hey, I'd like to do a flashback to Scott's experience and give a recommendation that when we sign people up, to take a picture of the before so that we have something to compare it to once the success comes in.
Yes.
kind of like a habit that we can start.
Yes, without a doubt. Because this guy, Greg, do you have the before picture of what he looked like before you started working with him?
Well, I didn't take a picture of it. I know where it is. I've worked with him on and off for years and years, and we've ended up being just great friends. I go hunting with him, and I do a lot of stuff with him.
Well, I'm just saying for other clients, right? So if a prospect, if you could show them the before and after, that's huge.
Yeah. Well, I get to his testimonial for sure, because we just had a talk. We were actually talking about what I was just on.
Does he do? This is completely off topic, but does he do any of the helicopter hog hunts or no?
Yeah, he does them himself. He actually goes.
That's my next one.
Yes, he does. Yeah,
that's my next adventure.
Yeah,
They hunt deers with helicopters.
Hogs.
Apocalypse Now, right? You just
That's what it is. Yeah, it's an AR and a helicopter. You hang out of it and you shoot the hogs. It's awesome.
hogs. Yeah.
He's done it a few times, so yeah, he's got definite recommendations on that. He's hunted all over the world, everywhere.
No stickers in your socks for sure.
Yeah, really.
All right, Scott, what else we got?
Hey, man. Finding out with the last time I had talked to Greg about this guy, I was not having a very good day because of that. So I cannot think personally of a better way to just say great and close it up for the night, because I don't know if I could have heard better news than that, because the guy was wearing it out, man. I mean, Greg and I talked back and forth, and I kept saying, look, I know the thing works. But what happened was, I think a lot of people were using the first form, the feedback form, and then they weren't going ahead and getting to the Google part.
Right, and that's where we changed that. We changed that. That was our discussion from one of these meetings. And I said, that's how that resulted, which was a brilliant move, by the way, because it works 10 times better than it did before.
And he has man, if you look at this, he has 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. These are real clients, guys. Good service for hunters looking for affordable hunts. Very thorough and made the process very. I mean, hunt was as advertised. Saw game and tracks. Animals were hunted in the air. This is really a really good case study for a lot of people.
And Greg, do you remember where he was exactly? Was it like 1.9 and 3 reviews, something like that?
No, I'm pretty sure it was 2.9 and 6 reviews. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a few days. It was 23 or 24 or something like that.
Well, now it's 23 and a 4.3. So you definitely helped this guy a lot.
Yeah.
Now, what I would talk to him about, not talking about upselling the guy right away because he's a friend of yours or whatever you want, but here's the thing. When you search discount hunts, right, first of all, and this is more of a Scott thing than a me thing, but when you search discount hunts, discounthunts.net comes up first, but the reviews don't show up at all. I don't know why that is, but they don't. Now, if you take the space out between discount and hunts and you make it one word, the reviews do show up. But here's the bigger problem for me. The bigger problem for me is the second listing on Google, the Google search thing is Facebook, and it's a 2.7.
Yeah.
So I would try to work with him on getting those up too. If you
we can redirect Greg to Facebook to get him Facebook likes.
Well, it would be reviews on like recommendations on Facebook, but yeah, I mean, I would definitely clean that up just a little bit.
Yep.
And great job, man. I mean, that's amazing. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it is. And he's very, very happy. Very.
Hey, Scott?
Yes, I'm still here.
Can you elaborate a little bit on what you just said, redirecting to Facebook?
Yes. It's we can go to other review platforms besides just Google. So if we wanted to redirect someone to, and the only likes is because I think Google decided to do something with their rating system now, that they're not using like a 1 through 5 anymore. It's just like a positive or negative, I think.
Really?
Is anybody else familiar enough with Facebook that knows what I'm talking about? Jeff Steffens, I can't imagine you don't know what I'm talking about.
I can actually tell you all about it if you want to know. Basically, Facebook went away from the star rating, and they just
That's what I meant.
Now it's do you recommend or not?
That's what I meant.
It's yes or no. So honestly, I don't know if this guy is completely screwed with his 2.8 or not.
Yeah.
He could be. I don't know. But what I do know is that there's no option to leave a star review on Facebook anymore. It's all do you recommend or not, and that's it.
Really?
Yep.
Hmm.
So actually, Scott, that would be extremely difficult to actually redirect to that, I think, because
Right.
it's not an actual review platform. It's more of just a button on his page.
Well, Kenny, I don't think it matters where we redirect. We could redirect to anywhere.
Well, yeah, but
No.
I'm just saying that where we redirect has been to review platforms. But the link, the place that we've got in there set to where do you want to redirect these people, Kenny, is, I mean, our software doesn't know that it's a review site that we're sending people to.
right. But here's my point though. Look, when I go to write a review for this guy, this is what I redirect to. This link right here.
Right.
Right. So it's this. Okay. When I
Right.
redirect to a Facebook review, it's literally the guy's Facebook page. This is where you would have to redirect to, because what
Correct.
it's
And then they can
now-
hit like. Correct.
well, not you can hit like, yeah, that's fine, but we want to get this up.
Yeah,
right?
I got you.
So what they would have to do now is they'd have to scroll down to this section,
Yeah.
and they would have to click yes. Then they would have to type a post that's more than 25 characters long, and then click post.
I got you.
So it's a lot, and this is a recent change. I don't know how recent, a couple months or whatever, but this is a recent change, and it's a little bit of an issue because I honestly don't know if you can ever bring that 2.8 up.
Yep.
You know, I don't know.
If you click on the 2.8 in the circle on that first page of his page,
Mhm.
if you click on that, it takes you to the page where you recommend or not right away.
Okay, yeah. So you could lead to this, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
All we need is a URL.
Right, but I do think you would have to be pretty clear on the instructions, though,
Yes.
on actually how to do this, because I do think it's different than what we see on Google, where it's just, it is what it is. It's the stars, it's the, whatever. So you would have to actually be clear and say, make sure you leave us a recommendation. Click yes or no if you're happy or not happy or whatever, and then type a little bit of a post or whatever.
Scott, can we go
Yes.
ahead and try this? Can we try this with Discount Hunts and with his Facebook page? And
Sure,
see how
I'll do it right now.
I mean, we'll go ahead and do it because we just talked about it. I mean, today, literally, and he wanted to do this. So,
Yes. Yep.
we'll
Discounted hunts, redirect to Facebook, and
Let's see if it
I'll
does.
put
maybe
it in
change-
a note to Muhammad right now.
I
and
wonder
then
if
he'll
it
go
will
ahead.
change
He's
the
got
bottom line.
thousands and thousands of clients, so it's a great one to go ahead and use when you try it out. Here's working on.
All right, so I just did it, and we'll see what it looks like.
And I just left Muhammad a note that we'll talk about it in the morning that we're going to change.
Yeah,
We're
see,
gonna redirect.
look, see what it says? It says Kenny Cannon recommends discounthunts.com or Discount Hunts LLC. Now, this is probably going to be on my, oh, no, it's not. HGTV makes me want to punch people in the face, though. That is true. But no, this is actually not on my,
that 2.7 at all? Check on that, Kenny.
yeah, let's take a look and see. Actually, yeah, it did. 2.9.
There you go.
Really?
There you
2.9. So it does
go.
look like it's going to take a long time and a lot of people. But here's the good news, though.
Actually, not bad. 2/10 of a point for one review, and if
Yeah.
you've got thousands of customers,
Hey, if we can just get him up to from a 2 into the 3 range, that's a victory.
Yeah, it really
And,
did.
and look, the last one he got was it was a year ago.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
he's
if
not
you look-
focused on this at all.
Yeah.
So
when he-
Kenny, somebody take a screenshot of that.
Oh, actually, I'm wrong. This guy did it on October 28th. I guess it's not in like date order or whatever.
Let's take a screenshot of that so we got proof of that one when we get it over a 3.
Greg, you want to do that?
Sure. Sure.
Yeah,
I'll
that
go ahead
would-
and do it. Yeah, I'll talk to him tomorrow. So we'll go ahead, definitely.
Yeah, that would be a big benefit because again, when you search the guy out, that's the second thing that comes up.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what we were talking about today.
Cool. That's a great. I absolutely love that one. That's
Yeah.
good. I'm not too into many of the clients, to be honest with all of you. That one's pretty cool though. That's a really good case study. And then the dentist too. The dentist I like too, because the dentist said no, and then she came back when she had a little trouble, and now she loves us. But that's a really, really good case study.
I just got him up to 3.0. I put one more in, and he's at 3.0 right now.
There you go.
Well, that's
Did
cool.
anybody get a screenshot when it was 2.9?
No.
Oh, shit. When it was 2.7? Yeah, it was 2.7.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, actually, you know what? If you go back to the Google My Business page, if you haven't refreshed that page, it's still at 2.7. I can do that if you want.
Please, and take a screenshot.
I'll do that right now.
If it's still that, yes.
It is. So hang on. Okay, let me do copy. Let me put it into the chat. Oh, not letting
Hey, Greg,
me-
this guy's not going to mind that we're leaving reviews on his
No,
service.
not at all. Actually, I'll tell you a little bit more about our conversation. So he's got about, it says 250 outfitters he works with. He actually works with about 500, 600, something like that. So one of the things that he's doing in return for a bunch of the stuff I'm doing for him now, is he's going to recommend me to all his outfitters to use the review tool.
That's awesome.
So, very cool.
Awesome.
And I'm
I
also
can't-
working with the outfitters organizations, like I'm already started with. Real hard to do at this time of year because they're all so busy. You know, it's getting down to the end of most major hunts, but there's still a lot of hunts, especially in Texas and stuff like that. Their
Right.
season has started, but the northern states, they're ending. Most are over by the end of this month. So then they'll have time. But during this time of year, they're just flat busy, or not around at all because they're out guiding.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I can't seem to paste this image into the chat. I right click and it says paste. I click on paste and it doesn't go in there. So what's
Yeah,
up?
I'm not sure you can put pictures in there, but if you want to email that to me or put it in Facebook to me or whatever,
Okay,
Carlos, that would be great, and I appreciate that.
you got it.
And everybody remember that if you can. If you start out with a client, like we started today with Dr. Moyle, and he had no reviews, and now he's got 2. So we're going to start to build that case study as we go along, and as he goes along. And again, I got a picture, no reviews, and now we're going to help build him out.
Okay, I sent it to you, Scott, through Facebook.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Cool.
I think maybe with this hunting guide guy, we should be really ethical with it, and I should test out every one of them before we actually take them on as a client.
No, I think that's probably a good idea. I've got some friends that use them, and I've been with them and stuff. He's got all levels of hunts. I mean, for beginners, you got to know what you want.
Awesome.
He is.
It's such a unique opportunity. It's such a great idea to do something like that.
Yeah,
It's
he's
really, really a good.
He's a quite wealthy guy, so he's done very well with this.
Yeah, it's a really good idea, and he probably gets like a commission off of the ones that he fills up or whatever.
It depends on what type of hunts and stuff, but generally 10 to 20% is what he gets.
That's awesome.
Yep, that he gets. You have to, if you ever get out this way, you have to go to his basement. If you've ever been to a Bass Pro Shop, sporting goods store where they've got all the shelves on the wall,
Yeah.
Whatever they've got in any sporting goods store, he's got 5 times more, and probably
That's
more
awesome.
times too. Really.
That's really cool. Where is he?
Longmont, Colorado.
Oh, okay. Out west.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
All right, Scott. What else we got?
That's it.
Football tonight, Law and Order SVU at 10.
Well, thanks, guys. This was a good one. I appreciate it.
All right,
And
man.
it's going to be recorded so everyone else that missed it can check it out.
all right. Hey, anybody else on the true West Coast as I am, or am I the only one out here?
I'm on the edge of the continent. Right here, I was watching the surfers while we were on the call,
That's
Where you
and
at?
so yeah,
Where are you at?
Santa Barbara.
Oh, you're in Santa Barbara. Okay, I know Santa Barbara well. I got friends there.
Yeah, where are you at?
I'm in Oregon.
Oh, okay.
just south of Salem, about 30 miles. And who's this I'm talking to?
Oh, this is, yeah, it's Frank. And my favorite lighthouse is Heceta Head up there in Oregon.
Oh, yeah. Cool, Frank.
It's beautiful.
Oh, well, we're not too terribly far apart.
Yep. It was a good one. Yep.
You guys,
Thank you.
We'll wrap it up. We'll have the replay posted hopefully tomorrow. And next up will be Monday morning, bright, shiny, early at 10 o'clock with Kenny.
All right, guys. See you then.
Next one is
All
Monday.
right. Thank you, Kenny. Take care,
Carlos.
everybody.
Yes, next one is Monday, 10 a.m.
All right.
All right. Guys.
Yeah.
And Carlos, look for the link about 9:30. Okay, so you're not anxious about it. Kenny
Well,
usually
it'd be
posts
nice
a live
it'd be
link
nice
about
if
that.
Kenny would put it on the night before, so that I don't have to wake my ass up early and not have it there.
Well,
It's the
Carlos, you know what
same
it is?
link.
It's the same link. Frank, it's the same link every week.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just post it to remind everybody.
What, Kenny? What if the night before you decide something different happened, or you have to do something else, and then we get up and there's no link there? You have a note on there, like one time, my kid's out of school.
Yeah, sometimes that does happen.
And I'd go to bed like 1 o'clock in the morning. That means I got to get up at 6, so I get 5 hours sleep. And I'm 68 years young. That's not enough sleep.
Yeah, usually if I'm going to cancel, I try to do it at least the night before. But yeah, I mean, if the kid
No, I
stays home from school, but it is the same link every week. So I just do that to kind of remind people. So if you just
Yeah.
copy that link, and that's it. It's my personal, like the Zoom link that I have. All right, guys, we good?
Okay, we're good. Take care, everybody.
Fun. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, Kenny.
All right.